Hey guys, Savannah here with Savvy Savings. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my favorite topic in the entire world, credit card hacking. Now I know credit card hacking sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually not. If you think about life hacks that get you to a desired result faster, credit card hacking is the same thing. Credit card hacking gets you to free travel and free cash back quicker than you would normally. So I use the term credit card hacking to describe the process of applying to multiple credit cards to accumulate as many points as possible in as short amount of time as possible. Now, I wouldn't recommend applying for all of these cards at once. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but essentially you want to space them out just enough to where you'll be approved, but not too quickly to where credit card companies are going to see it as an issue. Eventually you can repeat the process and maybe even close some of the cards that you have open after a certain amount of time to reopen them to get the bonus points again. This is typically referred to as credit card churning. And you can ramp up this process to any level you want. Some people have millions of credit card points in their bank right now. It's crazy. Now let's dig into the steps that I would use to get started on your credit card hacking journey. Step one is obviously to decide what kind of rewards you want. Now there are credit cards out there for everything. Pretty much anything you can think of, there's a credit card for it. So you need to decide what works best for you. Some of these cards might not be for you. Maybe you really do just need Starbucks rewards. Then I would get a Starbucks card. Or if you spend a lot of money on Amazon, I would definitely recommend getting the Amazon credit card to get 5% cash back on all of those purchases. And step two, you need to be very organized when it comes to credit card applications. I like to keep mine in a spreadsheet where I have a column listed for the card I applied for, the date I applied, the date that I was approved. Sometimes they're not always the same date if you're not automatically approved, and the date I received the bonus, and also a column for the close date, just so I can keep track of everything. It can be overwhelming when you have 10 cards at one time to juggle, which that brings me to step three, time your applications right. This comes back to not wanting to apply too close together. You've got to make sure you're spacing out your application. So if you applied for one on January 1st, you want to make sure you give yourself a good month or 2 month buffer, maybe even 3 months until your next card. If you're starting out, I would wait 3 months before your next card. And that's if you're approved and you're successful with your first card. Step four is staying on top of your balances. You do not want to carry a balance on your credit cards. You're going to get charged interest fees. So I definitely recommend to never use your credit card for any purchase that you do not have the cash to pay for at the moment. Credit cards are not free money. I know a lot of people fall into the trap of credit card debt because they feel it's psychologically different, but you need to change that mindset yourself when using a credit card. It's no different from using your debit card out of your bank. It's the exact same thing. You just are taking one extra step to pay it off each month or a few times a month. I stay on top of my balances every week. I keep track of my spending and I go in and make my payments every single week on all of my credit cards if I have a balance on them. You never want to carry a balance and pay interest because that's where the credit card companies make money. That's why they offer you these big bonuses, because they think that they're going to make money off of you. But if you use your credit card properly, you will never pay interest. And step five is stay on top of your bonuses. You shouldn't open a credit card and just use it and not track where you are with your bonus. You want to make sure you're able to hit your intro bonus. So if it was, spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, you want to keep track of that. You can do that simply by, at the end of each month when you get your credit card statement, write down the balance so you see how much you have left. You never want to open a credit card and miss your bonus because you didn't hit your spend. So make sure you just do a quick add up of that at the end of each of your first 3 months. This would be an incredible waste of time and money if you apply for a credit card, open it, use it, but you come shy of your spending minimum. Like, what's the point at that point? Step six, put your points to good use. Now is your time to enjoy all the points that you have amassed. Don't get caught in the hoarding of points. I can be I'm guilty of this. But keep in mind that accumulating these points in the first place, your goal was free travel or cash back or whatever it was. Use them, cash it out, add it to your savings, use it for your everyday spend. Don't be afraid to use your points or your cash back. The great thing about credit card hacking is that you can always accumulate more points. It's a never-ending cycle for as long as you want. Now there's a few other details that I want to go over with you today. First one being your credit score. Now you do have to have a decent credit score to get started. If you want to get approved for the good cards from Chase, from American Express, you're gonna have to have at least a 700 credit score. So if you're not there, work on your credit score first before applying to any credit cards. Now, a little bit more on the minimum spending requirements. Some cards, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, for example, the minimum spend to get your bonus points is gonna be $4,000. And I had a friend once who I recommended this card to, and he was like, $4,000 in 3 months? There's no way I can hit that. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you can if you use your credit card for every single thing that you pay for. Because $4,000 sounds like a lot, doesn't mean you would have any trouble hitting it. For me, my boyfriend and I put everything on whatever credit cards we're using at the time to get points. And then he pays me via Venmo for his portion. So that way we can just hit our minimum spends a lot faster. Let's talk about annual fees next. So it took me a long time to even be comfortable with annual fees. When I first started out, I got every $0 annual fee card you could get. But once you are comfortable with cards and you understand how they work and that you can hit your minimum spend, you should really look into the annual fee cards, because you're just gonna get a lot better bonuses, a lot better benefits from these cards. It's crazy the difference, and they're definitely worthwhile. I mean, start slowly and with a $0 annual fee card until you get your feet wet, until you understand the process, and then you can upgrade to the $95 annual fee cards. I still haven't even gotten to the over $95 annual fee. Another great benefit of a lot of cards is 0% intro interest. This is a great thing. I like to always have a 0% interest credit card available to me, just in case I do need to carry a balance for a little bit. It's a balancing act. I don't ever recommend carrying a balance, but if you do have a 0% interest card, you do have a little wiggle room in that. I would not put anything on it too extravagant. I would, a few $100s if you want to carry that for, 2-3 months to pay it off. I wouldn't do anything crazy. But these are great tools to, help you continue to not pay interest if you do have an emergency or something come up that you really want to spend a few extra dollars on. You don't have it at the moment. So for my wallet, I like to have one almost all the time if I can. Right now I don't, and it's stressing me out because I got to stay on top of all those balances. But I definitely recommend this, and if used properly, it won't hurt you. A lot of people don't know this, but all the credit card companies have reconsideration lines where you can call if you're ever denied. Also, if you're not immediately approved, you can call a reconsideration line and talk to someone about your application. Ask them, why was I not automatically approved? Or is there any additional information I can provide you to get approved on the spot here? Or is there anything that you denied me for that maybe we can rectify here on the phone to get that approval? So don't be afraid to call a reconsideration line. Once you have applied for a credit card, that credit inquiry on your credit report is going to last that for 2 years. You don't want to be denied for that and take up a spot for no reason. So it's always a good idea to call, and they can guide you in the right way. If you want to learn more, read my blog post. I'll link it down in the description. I have a full ultimate guide to credit card hacking, basically just going over everything in this video, but in Word form, and a little bit more information. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.